Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Health and asks, does he agree with the Attorney-General's advice that the New Zealand Public Health and Disability Amendment Bill No. 2 unjustifiably limits the right to judicial review? If not, why not?
Honourable Tony Ryle.
Mr. Speaker, the Attorney-General gives advice to the House as a law officer in order to inform debate. I'm advised that reports under Section 7 of the Bill of Rights by the Attorney-General that legislation appears to be inconsistent with the Bill of Rights have been issued about 60 times since 1990 under all governments. While the government noted the Attorney-General's advice, the government was satisfied that the limitation of any right to judicial review was appropriate in this case, having regard to the need to manage the balance between family and taxpayer responsibilities and to support an effective and fair policy for payment of family caregivers.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Jan Logie.
Taking that as a no, on what basis does his view on the rule of law hold more weight than the Attorney-General, the Law Society and many legal luminaries such as Professor Andrew Geddes?
Honourable Tony Ryle.
The government's view carries weight because it did enjoy the majority of the Parliament behind it. And it was because this government had to deal with the issues raised by the Atkinson case. And those issues about making decisions about the use of public money are rightfully decisions that should be made by the Parliament and not by the courts.
Supplementary,
Supplementary question, Jan Logie.
Is the Minister aware that by removing the right of judicial review, gutting all domestic appeal provisions, family carers can now go straight to the United Nations Human Rights Commission to have a discrimination case heard on the international stage?
Honourable Tony Ryle.
Mr. Speaker, the legislation of New Zealand has a myriad of examples where there is discrimination. New Zealand's superannuation discriminates on the basis of age. The job seeker allowance discriminates on employment status. The matter with the family caregivers is the government had to take action in this way because we need to be able to start paying the carers of family members as quickly as possible without delay by the courts.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Point of order, Jan Logie.
That didn't answer my question at all.
I think that's a fair comment on this occasion. No, would the member please, for the benefit of the Minister, repeat the question?
Is he aware that by removing the right of judicial review, effectively gutting domestic appeal provisions, family carers now can go straight to the United Nations Human Rights Commission to have a discrimination case heard on the international stage?
Honourable Tony.
Mr. Speaker, yes, they can apply. I hope those family caregiver case people may actually observe that New Zealand is only one of 3 countries in the world that will pay wages to family members to care for other family members. Behind Netherlands and Sweden, New Zealand is one of only 3 countries in the world taking this action. We're investing $72 million over the next 4 years to support an estimated 1,600 family caregivers to care for their family members.
Supplementary,
Supplementary question, Jan Logie.
Considering discrimination was proven at the New Zealand Human Rights Tribunal, High Court and Court of Appeal, will he admit that as well as entrenching discrimination against some of the most vulnerable New Zealanders, he has also exposed his government to legal risk and international shame due to the removal of all domestic appeal provisions?
Honourable Tony Ryle.
Mr. Speaker, I don't agree with that. I think internationally, New Zealand is being viewed as one of only 3 countries in the world that is going to pay wages to family caregivers. 92 million over 4 years. And remember that a party in government that member supported expressly decided in 2008 not to pay family caregivers. This government has.
Question number 9, Nikki Wagner.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To the Associate Minister of Health,